All right, Coach, you can start us off.
Yep, I mean, it's nothing like a rivalry game, and like I said, I've grown up in this rivalry my whole life. Been on both sides of it, which is unique. Sure glad to be on this side, and those games are like that. We beat a really good, I think it's team's got a great chance to go to the NCAA Tournament, well coached, tough, and great game, great crowd. I mean, great crowd, and appreciate everybody that came. Got off to an unbelievable start. You know, got in a great rhythm. Matt Murrell just got in an unbelievable zone tonight. He's been practicing like that lately. To make every shot like that. Nas Brooks was just the difference in the game. 16 rebounds, just was a presence the whole night. He just never left the paint. We talked about trying to, they're one of the best rebounding teams in the country. I thought Deshaun, he made some really, really good plays. Had some freshman plays at the end, but those are all growing things. But I thought that was by far his best overall game. Assists, he's got to get rebounding. But great one. That's the biggest game on our schedule at home every year, and we're sure glad to win it this year.
Questions?
You mentioned the rhythm. It looked like tonight much more rhythm and fluid on offense than Oxford. I mean, just from your eyes, what did you see the difference was?
Yeah, we got out in transition. Just multiple guys made some shots, and Deshaun really made a lot of people better in the first half. We didn't do a good enough job, but when Nas long rolls, he collapses defenses, and we did a great job of throwing behind him to what we call Euro passes. Second half, not so much. We got a couple turnovers where the secondary defender is trying to help, and the ball should have gone. But I just thought Deshaun's getting in the paint, and guys really made some extra passes, and so he creates offense for others, and he's got to keep learning how to be a point guard, But that was great because he played against maybe the first or second best point guard in our league this year.
How big was the balanced scoring tonight, especially in that second half? Because in the first, obviously, Matt had 23, but in the second, Jamin, Nasir, and those other guys, obviously Deshaun as well, getting into it.
Yeah, the balance is great, and that's why you can get 80. It's kind of nice to, to go and get 50 and a half, and not have to rely on just every possession defensively the whole night, because they can score the ball well. They really can. But the balance was good. I thought Jamin, that was his best game. He's starting to understand about playing harder. He still has his lapses, but I thought he finished some balls. He took great shots tonight, and I just thought the whole team, Ty Fagan was solid. And we got to get guys like AC and Sammy. I mean, Kale just tried it. He gutted up and gave us 5 or 6 minutes, and we needed him tonight to win the game.
Young group, they obviously haven't had a lot of time together, and Deshaun got hurt and missed some time. But are they starting to develop some chemistry together with Deshaun and Matt and Jamin?
I think so, Neil. I mean, just I was on a Zoom with the SEC guys that were doing the TV game, and he said, "How many weeks has Deshaun missed?" I said, "Really, about 12 since September 1." So he really hadn't gotten a chance to really get in those physical October practices and kind of grind them down and get them to do things. So he's kind of going to grow up right before us, and we're going to see his mistakes. We're going to see his spectacular plays at times, So, but he does. He makes other guys better. But the guy who's I'm really proud of is Matt. Matt has really taken a step forward and becoming just an overall better player, and we need him to play like one of the better guards in the SEC.
Obviously, the attention was on the offense in the first half, but you guys were really locked in defensively as well. Is that as well as you played team defense?
Yeah, we really guarded Tennessee too. We tried to change our defenses up, and we tried to do a few little different things depending on what they ran. We could do it in front of our bench. We couldn't do it so much away from our bench, but the coach is not right there. But I thought the changing of defense, but then really we kind of just went man-to-man, and we hit some lapses where we couldn't get back defensively, and stop Molinari in the paint. But, yeah, it was good because that's a really good offensive team.
I think Matt's career high coming into here was like 19. He had 23 in the first half. At what point tonight did you kind of know he had it? And when a guy's going like that, do you say anything to him? Or do you
No,
kind of
gosh, I stay away from those cats. I don't. We just, we tried this. We ran a set play to start the second half because we thought they'd really hedge him coming off a screen, and we started kind of Nas dunked the ball. Probably should have done that more. But, he's been locked in. He played really well at Tennessee, and he shot it with confidence. Even his misses are good misses. There's confident strokes. And when he hit about his third one, you could just tell. I mean, he had great rhythm. I mean, he's got deep range, and so he made some out of offense, and he made some just really good plays on his own.
You guys didn't have Jarkel against Tennessee, and then tonight you have him, but in limited capacity, and you're able to pull this one out. At Tennessee, you lose, but it was in overtime against a ranked team. What does it kind of show about your team that it was able to perform like that without a player like that?
Yeah, Jarkel and Robert is the heart and soul of our team. I mean, if you've ever been on a team where the guys at the locker room every day, the practice floor on a Tuesday at 3:30, when nobody but you guys are us in the gym, and they've led our team. And now to kind of not have them both, I've never had that on a team, just kind of the heart and soul, your toughest guys. And so for our guys, it's non-COVID related, So what happens, you've got just regular basketball injuries. And it's hard. It was great. I mean, Jarkel couldn't even practice yesterday. And today in shoot-around, it just felt better. And I told Jarkel when he heard his back, I said, Jarkel, I'm never going to ask how your back is. I know one thing. Nobody wants to play in a college basketball game more than you. And I'm not going to ask you. And I said, if you're ready to play, you're ready to play. And I know if you can't, I know exactly that you're in pain. So he just thought he could give us some minutes. I guess it stiffened up on him. And I think it's just going to be kind of day to day. That's the first time he's done anything with contact since he heard it 10 days ago, was tonight.
When you bring in someone like Nasir, who has all the experience he does it surprise you when you see him grow, or is this kind of what you expected, seeing him get better?
Well, we had some success with some guys at middle of bringing in guys, and then they make a big jump just there. And, Nas, we needed to do a better job earlier in the year of finding him. I didn't think he really posted real physical. He's so much a bigger poster now. We're just working on it every day. Levi's done a really good job with him in all of our skill workout, so he's a bigger presence. And so, no, it's not, and so but he needs to do that. He needs to be one of those guys at the end of the year, he's top 3 rebounders in our league. And I thought he changed shots at the rim. That's what he's got to do better, So, yeah, it's good to see him making some good progress.
The injury with Jarkel, is it the kind of thing that's going to linger all season, or is there a chance that it kind of gets better?
Yeah, I don't know, Neil. I don't know. I just we've all had some bad backs, and our bad back is a little different trying to play in that kind of game, and it's just no fun. And he relies a lot on his explosiveness, and how he plays. And so we've got a great team of doctors, and they're just working around the clock. He's doing everything asked of him, and so. Maybe just time will help. We sure hope. We hope. Knock on wood, because I know if we can, we will.
Anything else for Coach? You guys only had 11 turnovers tonight after the 27 turnover performance against Tennessee. How much did you kind of harp on that in practice? And what was it? I remember after Tennessee you said that you can't really replicate in practice what they do in the game to work on that. But what did you guys work on, and how do you think they took care of the ball?
Yeah, just the basic things. They really just out-toughed us. They just kind of almost took balls away from us. I mean, just knocked us out of our way, and just out physical, just catching balls. And, and then some errant things. So, Tennessee's one of the top 2 defensive teams in college basketball. And, we're up 7 and turned over 4 straight times. So we're better tonight. We've got to be like that. And it was so bad. We've been a good team with assisted turnovers the whole year, really, besides that game. All right. Thank you, guys. Appreciate you coming.
Matt, did you just kind of feel it early tonight and kind of keep going?
Yeah, I got going with a couple layups. Then the threes just started to fall, and I just felt like I get a miss.
Kermit said that you've been practicing with a lot more confidence, that he's kind of seen that kind of performance in practice. A lot of you since carryover from practice in the games recently.
Yeah, the coaching staff have really been on me about me being assertive and being aggressive in game and in practice. So it started in practice and just carried over to the game.
Yes, sir.
This is the second game without a lot of production from Jarkel. What do you think it says about you guys that you're able to put together this performance tonight without him giving a ton of minutes?
It shows me that our team is really special. We was able to play like this without him. I feel like we can play even better with him, and I feel like we're going to be a team to reckon with.
When you know a guy like Tim is out, do you kind of just think I need to step up, I need to kind of fill his void a little bit? Is that kind of like your mindset when you see a guy like that being out?
When Jarkel initially went out, we all understood that we all need to step up because, of course, he's a huge chunk of scoring and defense. So we all knew we need to take our game to the next level.
Mississippi State's had some pretty good games in the paint this year. If you had those 16 rebounds, what were you doing so well that kind of allowed yourself around the glass?
I've just been trying to just attack the glass. I realized in a couple of our losses, when my rebounders weren't above double digit, like in double digit figures, we were really having a hard time with holding a lead. So I just been trying to just keep an aggressive mindset on attacking the rim, trying to rebound the ball, and also trying to score.
They kind of made a little run in the second half. They were obviously focusing on you. They were trying to deny you the basketball. You had a kind of a mid-range shot over Jeffries that right before I think Deshaun had a play and kind of extended it back out. You remember that play, kind of how difficult it was to get kind of a look in the second half?
Oh, yeah, in the second half, they definitely made adjustments and put their better defenders on me. So, we drew up certain plays to get other people open because they knew that was going to help on me more. But now the pull-up shot, and it was late in the shot clock, I knew I had to get downhill. And I could tell his momentum was taking him toes to goal, so I just pulled up.
What was going through your head on the breakaway dunk?
Showtime.
Initially, when the pass was made, I thought it was going out of bounds. Like, I thought he passed it too hard. And then when I saw I was able to get it, Luis, he was mad because I didn't throw him the lob.
Nah,
I was on the side.
Okay.
What does a game like tonight kind of do for your confidence moving forward, do you think? I know you played well at Tennessee, you've had your moments this year, but a 31-piece, that's the most that anyone in the SEC scored in conference play yet this year. What does it kind of do for your confidence?
Oh, man, I know that. Oh, yeah. I'm playing with a lot of confidence now. But, nah, it was a good day. I feel like, I can't thank anybody but God for this day. I'm just going to keep on moving.
Was that your family in the crowd right under the basket, right, that was here? I saw a couple people with Matthew Murrell shirts on.
Oh, yeah, that's my family. I didn't realize I was looking. I was like, oh, that's me on the front of their shirt. I didn't even know they had them. They didn't tell me. They just brought them. Hopefully they get one for me. I hope.
All right, so Kermit said they've been working with you a lot in practice about just making your presence bigger under the post, and I've noticed that in games recently. Have you noticed your game kind of improving in that aspect as well?
Yes, I've been more alert off the me just screening and trying to just be available to catch the ball because I know I have a very good touch around the rim, and he just been wanting me to basically put myself just more out there just to score along the rim, and he tells me every play if I'm not screening, I should be ducking in, or just making sure I'm active towards the ball to make the defense help.
For either of y'all, Kermit was saying he thinks this is the best Deshaun played, the best Jamin played. Just some of these younger guys, some of these newer pieces, how are you seeing them progress through the season?
I've said it before. I feel like coming to this team as a new player, I felt as though that we had some high level guys who could perform any night with any one of us being out. And there goes to show with Ty, with I think 25 against Tennessee, him with 30 tonight. It's just we have a lot of guys that want opportunity and that's ready to play.
You guys developing some, I know Deshaun missed a lot of time early season, then he broke his hand. Are you guys starting to develop chemistry with playing with him?
Yes, he's a very good player to play with because he's a pass first person. No matter what, pass first. So he actually integrates himself very well within the offense because he's so pass first type of player. I would say the main thing with him is just getting him to understand the different sets that we have because we have a lot of different plays and stuff like that. So that's the really only beat he really missed, to be honest with you.
Matt, can you remember a time that you felt this in the zone?
Last time I felt this in the zone was at IMG in high school when I played on ESPN. That was the last time I felt this that way. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Yeah, I think that day I went 7 for 12. I think that day. 7 for 12.
All right. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Have a nice night.
Thank you, guys.
Hey sports fans, before traveling to your game day destination this football season, be sure to download the M.Traffic app to help you reach the game safely. With just the touch of a finger, you can see road conditions as well as receive traffic alerts along your route. You can even stay up to date with alerts based on your specific route to the game. The M.Traffic app is available free for both Apple and Android devices. For more information, follow @Mississippi DOT on Facebook and Twitter.